Good morning to all. I am Yogesh and my topic is primary and secondary standards. Let us discussing primary and secondary standards and definitions, properties and uses. Standard solutions. What is standard solutions? The solution of accurately known strength are called standard solutions. The standard solutions contain known weight of reagent in a definite volume of solution. In a standard solution is prepared by dissolving an accurately weighed quantity of an highly pure substance in a definite volume of the solvent. Let us discuss about types of standard solutions. Primary standard and secondary standards. Let us discuss in detail in a primary standards. Some certain any reagents or chemical which has all the properties are suitable for primary standards, like it is extremely pure and highly stable, it is a anhydrous, it is hygroscopic, has high molecular weight, it can be weighed easily, it should be ready to use and available, it should be preppable or non-toxic, it should be not expensive, extremely pure. The primary standard material should be extremely pure, which so means that should be chemical of high grade of purity, preable of 99.98 percentages. Less than this percentage of purity, it's not suitable used to chemical or primary standards. Next property is highly stable. It should be highly stable, which means it usually does not react with easily when kept on its pure form of, in other words, it should be have very low reactivity. What is importance? Because if a reagent react with easily atmospheric oxygen or water or changes its property over time, then it is unreliable chemical to use primary standards. Let us discuss about the next properties. It is anhydrous. Anhydrous, it should be, which means that does not contain any water molecules in its molecular structure. For example, manganese sulfate, it's found to formula manganese sulfate 7 molecules of water molecules. Therefore, to prepare the primary standard solution of magnesium sulfate, anhydrous of magnesium sulfate friable from analytical reagent grade with purity greater than 99.98% will be required. We cannot the manganese, for example manganese sulfate, we cannot prepare the primary standard solution of manganese sulfate with the unhydrated form. We need hydrated form of magnesium sulfate. Any other chemical uses of primary standards. Let us discuss about the another properties. Next properties, it is a less hygroscopic. The chemical preable should be less hygroscopic, that is, on opening that container it should not absorb the water molecules from atmosphere. Next property is very high molecular weight. It should be very high molecular weight, minimize the weighing errors. Example for primary standard, the first, these are materials which are after drying under the specified condition are recommended for uses as primary standards in the standardization of volumetric solutions. First example is the acid-base titration. The potassium hydrogen phthalate react with anhydrous sodium carbonate by using a acid-base titration. Next example, Redox titration. Arsenic trioxide react with the sodium oxalate to potassium bromate. By there are used primary standard in a redox titration. Next, precipitation titration. Sodium chloride can be used. Uses of primary standards. And now is it used to standardization of volumetric solutions. They are used for the standardization of titration solution. They are used for the calibration of secondary standards. They used for reference to determine the unknown concentration or to calibrate the analytical instruments. We know about secondary standards. Secondary standards is a solution which contains exactly known amount of the substance in a unit volume of the solution, which is determined by titrating against the primary standards. Or secondary standard solution is a solution in which concentration of dissolved solute has been determined by reaction, that means titration with the primary standards. It is a very important. This means concentration of secondary standards to determine the titration against the primary standards. Secondary standards are properties. Its secondary standards is a chemical or reagent with certain properties, such as it is less purity than the primary standard. They are they are pure compared to primary standards, less stable and more reactive than the primary standard, and but it is a solution remaining stable for the long time, titrating against the primary standards. Uses of secondary standards. Secondary standards are commonly used to calibrate analytical equipment and analytical techniques used in a titration. Thank you.